For disability benefits for those over the age of 50, one of the things that I talked about this in a prior video about jobs that you performed in the last 15 years. Because one of the things that Social Security is going to want to do is see, looking back, is there any work that you used to do that you can go back and do? That's what we call step 4 of the sequential evaluation. Here's where people sometimes get caught up, and I mean by any jobs. The reality is that sometimes what people will do is they'll focus on the job they did of significant time period. So let me just kind of give you an example. Let's say in the last 15 years, or let's just say this, like 30 or 40 years, all the work that you've done has been as a welder. But then about a few years ago, you stopped that job and for about a year, you did work as a customer service rep. What happens a lot of times is that people who are over the age of 50, they think, whenever you get past that big hurdle, can you do your past work? The next hurdle is, can you do any other work? But sometimes what happens is that they focus, so that those individuals will focus on only the work they did the majority of their working life. So you're looking at your working life and you've been working for 30 to 40 years as a welder. You're not even thinking about that one little year that you did customer service, because 98% of your work experience has been as what? A welder. Guess what? Social Security is clear. What work have you performed at a substantial gainful level for in the last 15 years? Because they want to know, did you make enough money in that? How long you did it? Was it how much money you made, which is SGA, how long you did it, meaning did you do it long enough to learn what you were doing? And did it happen in the last 15 years? So guess what? If you took a job as a customer service rep, it only took you about 30 days to learn how to do it. You made $1,000 a month, something like that, $1,000 or more a month doing it, and you did it for over a year. That's a job that Social Security is going to consider. So even if Social Security determines that you can't do the work you used to do as a welder, they can look at that work as a customer service rep and say, well, you could probably do that. I say this because I know a lot of times I've had clients of mine who are over the age of 50, 40s as well, but definitely over the age of 50s, who have a significant body of work doing basically one thing. And then all of a sudden they get angry because they had this one other job that they didn't even do, not even a fraction of amount of time compared to what they did for like the last 30 or 40 years. And Social Security, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, they don't exclude that job just because you didn't do it as long as the other ones. If you did it within the last 15 years, if you made enough money doing it, and you did it long enough in order to figure out how to do the job, guess what? They're going to consider that job. Even if it's something as working as cashier or something as working as a ticket taker, something like that. And this is, I usually see this whenever I'm working with clients who've done like heavy and very heavy type work. They've done that kind of work for so many years, and then they've decided to switch to something else that's a little less strenuous. Well, the fact that you've done one particular type of work for 30 to 40 years, 20, 30 years, does not trump the fact that you did do something else within that same time period. So keep in mind, Social Security is looking at any jobs that you've done in the last 15 years. And they're determining whether you can do your past work or whether you've acquired skills from that past work to do it.